Look at the person in the mirror. Really look at them. When was the last time you felt a surge of electricity, a genuine spark of pride when you caught your own reflection? If you're like most of us, moving through the endless demands of modern life, the mirror has become nothing more than a quick checkpoint. It is a surface we glance at to make sure there is no toothpaste on our chin before we rush out the door. But I want you to understand something deeply profound today. That reflection is not just a passive image, it is a feedback loop. Every single time you look at yourself, your brain is taking notes. It is calculating your worth, your energy, your relevance, and your readiness to face the world. Right now, you might be trapped in a visual time capsule. You're wearing the exact same rotation of colours you wore 3 years ago. Your hair is styled the exact same way it has been for a decade. You pull the same fabrics out of the closet, you step into the same scuffed shoes, and you walk out into the world wondering why your life feels stagnant, repetitive, and deeply uninspired. You wonder why your confidence feels like it has a ceiling. I am going to tell you exactly why. Your external environment is the loudest voice speaking to your internal psychology. And right now, your physical presentation is whispering a story of absolute boredom to your subconscious mind. We have been sold this beautiful but dangerous lie that true confidence only comes from the inside out. We are told that if we just meditate enough, read enough books, and repeat enough affirmations, we will suddenly radiate unstoppable self-esteem, regardless of how we show up in the physical world. But human beings are sensory creatures. We operate from the outside in just as powerfully as we operate from the inside out. When you wrap yourself in a style that is tired, outdated, and entirely uninspired, you are physically wrapping yourself in a lower frequency. You are telling yourself that you do not deserve the time, the energy, or the financial investment to look completely revitalized. Think about the feeling of stagnation. It creeps up on us. You do not wake up one day and decide to give up on your appearance. It happens in tiny, microscopic concessions. You decide to skip ironing that shirt because you're working from home anyway. You let your haircut grow out for an extra month because you're too busy. You wear the dull, faded sweater because it is familiar and safe. Fast forward 2 years and your daily uniform has become a monument to your own comfort zone. But here is the uncompromising truth. Comfort zones are where confidence goes to die. If you want to experience a radical shift in how you feel, you must be willing to create a radical shift in how you look. I want to talk about the power of the pattern interrupt. Changing your physical style is one of the most immediate, forceful ways to interrupt a psychological rut. It forces your brain to wake up. Let us start with your hair. It seems so incredibly simple. Yet nothing rejuvenates your entire existence quite like a completely different cut or color. If you have worn your hair long and heavy for years, imagine the sheer physical and mental lightness of chopping it off. Imagine the crisp, clean sensation of a brand new silhouette framing your face. If your hair has always been a safe, quiet color, imagine the boldness of shifting that tone to something vibrant and unexpected. When you change the frame around your face, you literally change the identity you present to the world. You're forcing yourself to look at a new person, which forces you to act like a new person. And then we move to the canvas of your clothing. I am not telling you to throw away your entire wardrobe every 3 months. That is reckless and entirely unnecessary. But I'm telling you to strategically inject the present moment into your life. Every season carries its own unique energy, its own colors, its own textures. When you bring your look into the present by adding just 1 or 2 carefully selected pieces in the season's newest fabrics, you are sending a subconscious signal that you are evolving with the times. You're not stuck in the past. You're here right now, fully engaged with the world. A fresh, crisp top in a modern fabric literally changes how you hold your shoulders. You stand taller. You breathe deeper. You walk into a room not as someone hiding in the background, but as someone who belongs on the main stage of their own life. But maybe you are hesitant to change your primary garments. Maybe you have a strict professional dress code. That is exactly where the secret weapon of accessories comes into play. Accessories are the exclamation points of your personal style. They are the small, bold statements that require very little financial investment but deliver an astronomical return on confidence. A striking scarf in a bold color, a perfectly weighted watch, a classic sharp pair of cufflinks, an entirely new style of eyewear. When you take a basic functional wardrobe and you anchor it with a fearless accessory, you are projecting your personality into the room before you even open your mouth. You are telling the world, and more importantly, telling yourself that you have a sparkling, vibrant character that refuses to be ignored. Bold accessories create bold attitudes. It is a direct one-to-one transfer of energy. We must also talk about the literal skin you live in. Taking meticulous care of your complexion is not an act of vanity. It is the purest form of self-respect. Your face is the very first thing the world interacts with. It is the focal point of your human connection. When your skin is tired, dull, and neglected, you feel tired, dull, and neglected. But when you establish a ritual of deep care, perhaps committing to a professional facial every few months, or simply maintaining a rigorous, high-quality daily cleansing routine, you revive your facial tone. You bring blood flow and vitality back to the surface. And when you look in the mirror and see a bright, refreshed, healthy complexion, your self-esteem skyrockets. You feel clean, you feel prepared, you feel radiant. Finally, we arrive at the absolute foundation of your style, the ultimate accessories of success: polished shoes and ironed clothing. This is where the magic of discipline meets the magic of confidence. In our hyper-casual, rush-through-the-drive-through modern world, the simple act of taking 10 minutes to press the wrinkles out of your clothing and shine your footwear has become a lost art. But those 10 minutes are everything. When you wear crisp, ironed clothing, you are wearing intention. You bring a sharp, defined edge to your day. When you look down and see polished shoes, it literally puts a spring in your step. It is the ultimate differentiator. The world instantly recognizes someone who respects themselves enough to care about the details. You earn immediate respect simply by showing up sharply, and that external respect feeds right back into your internal power. You have the power to completely reinvent your energy today. You do not have to wait for a major life milestone to become a new version of yourself. You can initiate that transformation this afternoon. Go get that bold haircut. Buy that striking color you have been afraid to wear. Shine your shoes until you can see your future in them. When you update your style, you do not just change your appearance. You revive your spirit. You command attention. You step out of the shadows of your own routine, and your confidence will bloom in ways you never thought possible. Take control of the visual story you are telling the world. Thank you for listening. If you want to take action today, go to mindsetbychoice.com and claim your free 5-day challenge. See you there.